At my internship, a rat fell on me from the ceiling, including its feces.
For the first day of my internship in China, I dressed up as a Teletubby on the busiest street to pass out flyers.
I was interning for a senator and accidentally prank called the Secret Service.
We asked for your crazy internship stories, and boy, did you deliver.
Slept with my intern, he sent me a steamy email and accidentally CC'd my boss. Come on, dude.
An intern tried to message his friend, but accidentally sent to his manager, quote, "I have to poop so bad."
Seems like something you would do.
Maybe.
Okay, I kind of can't believe I'm reading this out loud, but here we go.
Demoted.
Welcome to Demoted.
What is up, y'all? Welcome back to the pod.
We're back.
We're back. Beanbag Baddie's back in this bitch.
Beanbag Baddies have been together a lot, actually.
A lot recently.
We had our strategy session yesterday. Our producer's sitting in with us today.
He's physically here.
He flew in from LA.
He brought his paddle.
So excited.
So our butt cheeks are a little red from the paddle.
That's some deep cut Motorhead lore. But
yeah,
today we're talking about...
You have no idea what I'm talking about.
No idea. Today we're talking about internships.
Internships.
We asked for you to submit your crazy internship stories.
Y'all went out and did it.
You did the thing.
You did it.
And thank God for you guys, because this episode is so fueled and fired up by your stories. I just can't wait to dive in. Should we start with a corporate confession?
Let's start with a corp confesh. Hey guys, love the podcast. Y'all are part of my weekly work listening routine. Anyways, I'm a 22-year-old intern and finished a project with the team. The manager decides to bring me and a staff member out for drinks. I decide to go beer for beer with the manager, who weighs 250 pounds, and I'm about 160 at the time. Needless to say, I'm blacking out. But before I black out, I call all my accounting friends to come out on the town with us. The rest of the night consisted of me being carried bar to bar, teleporting. The manager is engaged at the time and tries to hit on my friend, who is going to join the firm in a few months. He steals a bottle of her wine and smokes all of her weed after we went to her house at the end of the night. HR calls me the next Monday and asks me to recall the events. I told the head of HR for the southern region that I blacked out. And she told me that the friend joining the firm filed a complaint against my manager. He used his corporate call all night to get us drunk as well. He was fired right after my internship was done. I worked for the firm for 18 months after that. Anyways, that's how you get an HR complaint filed during an internship.
Wow. Lot to unpack here. I'm dying at being carried bar to bar, teleporting.
Just like beaming back in.
Like, I've been there. Like, have you teleported before? Because I certainly have.
Yeah, it's like all I remember are vague memories of random places I was.
Totally.
How I got there.
And they're totally different. Like, I'll be in the Mission. I'll be in the marina.
Yeah.
I'm at the beach.
I'm in some random apartment with a bunch of people that I seem to be best friends with.
What are we doing here? Hey, guys.
Having a great time.
The beer for beer is reminding me of my internship experience. I was staffed in the middle of Missouri. I've actually talked about it on this podcast before. And I was what we like to call a personality hire.
What was your boss's name again?
Srinivas.
Srini.
And I wanted us to drink because I was in college at the time and I love drinking, and they're all in the phase of life where like drinking's not cool anymore.
Right.
So like almost every night we would go to this little margarita bar across the way from the Holiday Inn where we were staying.
Obviously.
And just absolutely get way too drunk. And I'm still in the phase of life where I could just show up spry and ready the next day. My team was slowly falling apart.
You set the whole project back.
Totally. Like my internship set us back light years. So I totally have been there, and I'm glad your full-time offer wasn't affected by this, at least for what we know.
For what we know, and I think it's also a bold move to call your homies and be like, "Yo, join me and my coworkers."
I'm such an integrator.
I'll do that too, but it's a risk.
It's a total risk,
right? Because what if one of your friends shows up with a bag?
Oh my God.
Then what? Then what?
And by that he means
what happens.
By that he means your work bag.
Your
of
work
course.
bag that you left behind.
Bringing everyone in to the party. I'm the person who will like call someone at 3 a.m. and be like, "You want to go to a bar with us?"
Like, yo, come out.
I've
roll
done this
with
to you
us.
and Becca. I've done this to you and Becca.
Yo, you want to roll?
No,
I'm sorry, it's midnight.
I don't say roll like drugs. Let's get the druggies out of this. But I do say, you guys want to go to a bar? You're like,
I meant like roll with.
That's
what I meant.
You're like, I've been asleep. Like this call awoke me from the dead of night.
I'm in my matching jammies right now.
Totally.
My jammy set?
You're totally in your jammy set. 100% you have a jammy set. But I've been there. I also love the honesty of, I told her I blacked out.
Yeah, straight up. Sorry, HR manager, I would tell you, but I blacked out.
It's like when you're on the stand and you technically can't be held accountable if you can't remember.
Your Honor, I was absolutely trashed.
Your Honor, I can't remember.
Totally obliterated.
That's not how I remember it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good for you.
I wonder if the poor lass who was harassed during this experience and had all of her weed smoked ended up joining the firm.
I would like to,
Find out.
Send some love to the lass who got all of her weed
And her bottle
smoked.
and a bottle of wine.
And a bottle of wine to replace it.
R.I.P.
Thank you for that confession.
Yeah.
Really hot start to the episode. Now we're going to get into the kind of shorter form little call and response. So we put a question box on our Instagram stories asking any crazy internship stories? Question mark.
Yeah, I had a few out there.
Down arrow.
Yeah.
And we got hundreds.
We got hundreds.
So we've narrowed it down.
Let's go back and forth. We're going to give you about 40.
Skip. No, these are all like very unique.
They're quick.
And quick and just, I'm excited. Okay. I got fired at Morgan Stanley for getting Splenda instead of Sweet and Low in my boss's coffee.
Attention to detail matters.
See yourself out. Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Yeah. Make that mistake one time in your life.
Totally.
My boss forgot his card and I put $3,000 on my card that I never got reimbursed for. That's like that's like how much you're getting paid for the whole summer.
$3,000 is a lot.
That's a lot. What were you doing?
Like maybe I think the threshold for that, and obviously it depends, but I'm like 27, like for my friends and I, if it's like I'll say like a $300. If that's a loss, like okay.
Couple honeys.
Fine. I can move past it. $3,000.
$3,000. Yeah, no.
I will be writing about this till the day I die.
Unless this had to do with the previous story that we just got. The guy who stole the weed and they went out bar hopping.
Hopefully that was on his personal card, but I don't think it was because it said company card.
What do you do? Yeah, so
I interned here about like 5 years ago.
Yeah, just submit that through Concur.
Totally.
We'll see if we approve it.
95% of the time, completely alone in the office building. I regularly slept under my desk.
Why?
Are you unhoused?
Yeah.
Or are you a napper?
Or just working in private equity. I don't know.
Unclear.
Could be anything. All right. One of our interns would sleep under their desk for hours every day.
So I wanted to put these in sequence because the intern manager's noticing.
They're tired. These are tired people, although under the desk in the middle of the day is kind of a bold move.
Well, and just, I think that sequence is funny. It's like we're followed by both the intern and also the intern manager.
Yeah.
Because these two people clearly work together.
Yeah.
I didn't know where the bathroom was for 6 months and I was too afraid to ask.
That's tough.
I am such a loud, outspoken woman that there's just no chance I could go 30 seconds without knowing. I would ring a bell out loud. I would smash the gong and
We've been here for an hour. I think you've gone 9 times.
Totally. I go all the time. You think with a Stanley Cup next to me, I'm going to like not go 400 times?
I've never met someone more hydrated.
We have to take intermissions from this podcast.
We do.
Little do you guys see because it gets edited out, but I'm up and out.
Tinkle break. And I just sit here, back breaking.
You pee once a day.
Spine. Yeah.
So yeah, we're on different wavelengths there.
My body operates on maximum efficiency. Everything in just kind of like,
is utilized.
Yeah.
Totally.
My boss hit on me. I went to HR, then the HR manager hit on me. So I left.
You must be hot.
You must be hot.
But also get out of there.
Yeah.
Unsafe working environment.
Yeah.
My boss asked me to grab her vibrator from the desk drawer and drop it off at her place.
Oh.
I'm just going to read that one more time.
Yeah, please, because I'm
My
not sure I
boss
processed.
asked me to grab her vibrator from her desk drawer and drop it off at her place.
I always leave my vibrator in the desk drawer.
I BYOV, bring your own vibrator to work, and I pop it in my desk drawer just in case.
Right.
Just in case that feeling hits you in the middle of the day.
She's so lucky that she's got someone who can just pick it up for her if she forgets.
Totally. And then you're at home and you're like, wait, I'm going to need that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I hope it's clean. Anyway, my boss and co-intern started secretly dating during our internship and now they live together. Happy ending.
Oh.
That's nice.
At my internship, a rat fell on me from the ceiling, including its feces. There was context to this. This person was working at
We'll need it, yeah.
at Coca-Cola. And they were like in the field doing some like field marketing, working at a bodega.
Okay.
And then the rat fell.
I guess they were like,
and the
what,
feces
stocking
fell.
this bodega full of Coca-Cola and then somewhere in this bodega, a rat fell on them.
Well, yeah, you know those like rotational programs where like, we're going to show you all
everything.
sides of the business.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you're all of a sudden like with a giant push cart through New York City with a bunch of Coca-Colas going to the local bodegas. And you're like, I thought, why am I in a suit? I thought this was an internship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. An intern fell asleep on the shitter after returning from a party.
You can't even look at me, can you?
No, I can't.
Yeah, those are Ross's followers,
No,
in case you were curious. My intern manager got drunk and told us all she had herpes.
Sharing is caring.
And sometimes when you guys drink, it gets dark.
You say stuff.
You say stuff.
You say stuff.
You're winding up at
And
someone's
you wish
house.
you didn't, and we wish you didn't.
We wish you didn't, but thank you for telling us.
All right. For the first day of my internship in China, I dressed up as a Teletubby on the busiest street to pass out flyers.
I mean, that's just crazy to me.
At least your face is covered, you know? Once I put on suits like that, have you ever been a mascot before?
No. Do you have a mascot
Very
story?
empowering. Yeah. I was only allowed to do it for one day because I had a lot of fun.
Okay, explain.
2 different days. Well, once was in high school. I was the Wildcat. and I was at a water polo game because, you have mascots at water polo games.
Only in California.
Yeah. And I may or may not have been grinding on a pole that was next to the pool. And
You've
I wasn't
always been a rule breaker, haven't you?
Once I put on that mask.
Have you ever followed a rule in your goddamn
life? Yes, I have, when my face is visible.
Totally.
And then the mask went on. And then in college, I fought another mascot. It was a joke, and then I got serious. The Whittier poet.
Okay.
There's video evidence of this.
I need to see this.
It was more like a shoving match.
So you were dressed as a mascot for what game? What sport was this?
For football.
Got
football
it.
Game.
Okay. Off season of baseball.
Off season. Yeah. And I was also only allowed to do that for one day.
And did you ever dress up for an internship to relate this back to corporate?
I actually did.
You did as well.
Yes, yeah. I think I've told
Ross
this.
is the guy that you put in a costume. So what'd you do at your internship?
Halloween's my shit. I was dressed up as a cave troll, and I was told I was going to be in a commercial. And it turned out I was just in the company holiday video.
Where are the cameras?
Being tortured. There were cameras.
Okay.
Yeah, I looked like a little Wookiee coming out. They built this whole set, and I was wearing, I don't know. We'll post a picture. I posted it before. It was dumb. Turned out it was just for the holiday video and them just trolling me.
Just
literally.
all internal.
All internal.
Got it.
And it just played on repeat during the company holiday party. Yeah.
Okay, this one's a bit longer. This was someone messaged me directly. After a team party for a Big Four company, my manager asked me to drive him home afterwards. We stopped at a Culver's and we ordered, and he told all the staff that we were pregnant together, and everyone started clapping and cheering. Then I drove him back to his wife and kids. Why would you say that?
I don't know, for free fast food?
Do you think he knew the secret, like Culver's kind of code?
Maybe. I don't know.
I kind of shortened this up, but she did say like it was really awkward when I drove him home after.
But those French fries were hitting though.
I guess.
I don't know. That is that's a high risk move. It's paid off though. All right. An intern got drunk and tried to negotiate his salary and then ended up with no salary.
I love that. People are so clever. I love their way with words.
And the best part about this, even though I wrote it correctly here, they spelled salary wrong both times. So I know it was a salesperson.
Oh, good.
Salary, E-R-Y.
100%.
I don't know. Maybe that's a UK spelling or something. I'm going to try and give benefit of the doubt, but I doubt it. So.
Yeah. Day one in the lunchroom with our client, intern told the story about how she lost her virginity.
Oh, fun fact.
Fun fact, let's go around the horn.
And say when we lost it and how we lost it. I gave a budget for intern fun, and they ended up at a strip club.
The classic tale as old as time of ending up at the strip club.
You give interns budget for fun.
You give them an inch,
and
they'll take you to the strip club.
They'll take you to the strip club.
Yeah,
That's exactly what they'll do.
I interned at the zoo, and my boss put his hand inside the grizzly bear cage to pet it.
Oh,
that's a no-no. To all you zookeepers out there following us and zookeeper motorheads. Yeah. Huge Venn diagram, like a lot of crossover between zookeepers
we probably should do more
and
zoo
motorheads.
Content.
We should do more zoo content.
That.
Do not put your hand in the grizzly bear cage. That is a no-no.
And don't get out of the car to take pictures of the tiger. Don't do that.
I mean, all the time, every time you see these viral like clips of like boy falls into, gorilla
pit.
cage.
Yeah.
Pit.
They kill Harambe.
Yeah, like come on.
Like take the kid. That's on the kid. And that is called natural selection. Kid wants to go in there and meet the gorilla. He's going to learn. He's going to learn. Don't take out the gorilla. I'm just saying, I'm team gorilla here.
What did the gorilla do? I'm team gorilla.
The gorilla didn't do anything, but he probably would have. So they shot him first. They killed the gorilla. Anyway, how dare that kid? R.I.P. Harambe. I love you.
R.I.P. Harambe.
Give me a gorilla over a kid at 10 out of 10 days. Anyway, sorry.
Maybe you and Becca could just get a chimp.
We might.
A baby chimp with a diaper.
Teach him how to film with TikToks.
Oh my God.
Okay, boss would leave Post-its on my desk when I went to the bathroom asking where I was.
That's like so cripplingly
so
terrifying.
Passy-aggressy. Why would you do that?
If that was me, I'd have 400 Post-its on my desk.
You would build this whole set.
Totally.
You would build a demoted set.
Because, yeah, I'm in the bathroom. Okay, maybe I'm scrolling TikTok.
You're working.
Maybe I'm putting on
emails.
deodorant. Yeah. Maybe I'm replying emails.
I don't know. I'm genuinely curious what you do in there.
A lot.
Get ready with me in the bathroom.
Get ready with me while I sit here and make my whole team wait.
We'll find out after this when we go back to the locker room and debrief the episode.
For all you new motorheads out there, we're trying to start this lore that we have a locker room offset.
And it's got a sauna in it.
It's got a sauna, ice bath, steam. Like we just like after like episode wraps, we throw our towels on.
Yeah, we're
go
pouring sweat. We're in the back. We're just debriefing. Like, what was wrong with us today?
That was not good.
It's a very like serious debrief, but also we're just like in towels, casually walking around like any locker room.
Just boys being boys.
Intern tried to message his friend, but accidentally sent to his manager, quote, "I have to poop so bad."
I took a 2.5-hour detour home from lunch because my director thought she was being followed by her ex. We weren't.
I love paranoia in the workplace.
I do too.
I love paranoia in the workplace. That's a fun story.
I recently saw a TikTok about psychosis.
Oh.
Like where this guy...
You must have been scrolling for at least an hour before this popped up.
Oh yeah, right after that was the video of the girl selfie style saying, "You sure you want to keep scrolling? It's been a while, girlfend."
Yeah.
Have you ever gotten to that point?
I haven't.
You definitely haven't reached that point.
But I know.
In all the comments,
funny.
this is the funniest side of TikTok. It's like TikTok,
to
do good in the world has tapped in creators to make these videos saying, like, if you're scrolling for like an hour and a half plus, which I've done, which is very embarrassing, you will get served up one of these videos that's like a kind-hearted person saying like, "Hey, look up. Smell the, smell the roses.
Get outside.
Touch
grass, nerd."
And all the comments are like, "Shut the fuck up." I won't stop anytime soon.
All the TikTok trolls, bloodshot eyes.
Yeah, ripping these people apart.
Of course.
Anyway, that's me. So I saw a video on like psychosis, paranoia, whatever.
Yeah.
And this guy was telling his story about like how he genuinely thought like he was a spy and was being like tapped in by the Illuminati and like everyone was out to get him.
That's totally normal and healthy.
And yeah.
Works at Oracle now.
I mean, the mind is such a powerful thing. Yeah, now he works at Oracle.
Yeah.
Anyway.
CMO asked me to scan a 1,000-page document. I did it and it sent him 1,000 emails. So each page automatically sent as an email.
Nice.
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 You're good at your job, dude. You are good at your job. My first time as a manager, an intern fell asleep in multiple of our one-on-one trainings. A lot of sleeping. A lot of sleepy girls, sleepy boys, tired interns. It's like you can't be that tired because internships are not that stressful.
They're not that stressful.
Maybe you're hungover. Yeah. I've been there.
But
it's not like you're like
again, the only rule is show up and just like be there. Be awake.
And be like the last one to leave.
It's
kind of
not
like
that hard.
Rule. Yeah, be awake.
Be awake. It's not that hard.
No.
Okay. Our sales intern at Drinks asked the waitress if he could pay her to lick Oreos in front of us.
Okay.
That guy's now an enterprise rep.
Yes.
Making a lot of money.
Accidentally prank called the Secret Service. I was interning for a senator and dialed wrong. So many layers.
That always happens to me.
When you're interning in DC for a senator.
You call the Secret Service.
And you have like,
Sup, guys?
I'm picturing like a brick like phone, like one of those like.
Very limited, just
what is it called?
School.
Like landline?
Yeah.
But not actually like old school mobiles.
Yeah.
But it's giant. It's like a
they
walkie-talkie.
Like come in a box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just dial 9.
Secret
Service.
How can we help you?
Secret Service here.
Had an internship in college at a sports radio station. Former NFL player was a host and made me go buy magnums for him so he could hook up with his side piece in the intern office after the show. And then his wife picked him up 20 minutes after that.
I hate all men.
What's our problem these days? It's so recent. It's just a recent thing.
Please.
It's like what's gotten into us lately.
It must be, something new.
Something in the air. I don't know.
Totally.
I don't know.
In the elevator, my mentor, a few weeks into my engineering internship, goes, the only reason you got hired is because you're hot.
Honesty is the best policy, and I've always said that.
I hate you.
I hate you.
And you will now make me question my merits for the rest of my life. So thank you for that comment, sir.
That sounds like an engineering manager or a sales manager for that matter. Ugh. Admin was embezzling money and signed my name on documents. Almost lost my job.
Awesome.
Just throw the intern's name on it.
During my internship, one of the interns gave another intern a stick and poke tattoo during work.
A what?
You know what a stick and poke tattoo is?
No.
Where you take just like a needle of ink and you like stick and poke. And you can do like at-home tattoos that last. You like take a well of ink from a pen.
Yeah.
Stick and poke tattoos. It's very hipster, very unsanitary.
Okay.
It's like you see these dudes with like a bunch of random little tats.
And they go away.
They're pretty permanent.
Oh, so that's like real shit. I was like, is this like crazy henna? Like masochist henna?
No, I mean, it's like it stays for a while. It just depends how deep
you
stick. Because technically tattoos are sticking and poking, but it's a little more professional than the intern rolling up his sleeve in the office.
And just giving it to people. Yeah.
Right. Boss drunkenly told me about her S&M clubs back in the 90s in NYC where she would get whipped.
I'd never look at my boss the same way, but I would be so into her.
Imagine someone you just like respect, look up to, and then you get that.
You just have a little hint of darkness. I'm into it.
She's got a dark side.
I love it.
She's powerful. She's a powerful woman, but she likes to be put in her place sometimes.
I worked past midnight every night for 5 months for free, unpaid internship.
That we can talk about for a while.
We could talk about that for a while.
Unpaid internship.
It's going to be a no for me, dog.
My boss asked me to digitize his dream journal. Parentheses, type it up into a Word doc from his notebook.
They didn't even give us one dream. They couldn't give us one dream to go with? I want one dream.
My dream journal would be so fucking weird.
Mine was so weird.
Did you have a dream journal?
No, but it
Did you
would be.
digitize it?
I definitely didn't digitize it.
I mean, I'll wake up and I'll roll over and I'll be like, I swear to God, I was just being chased.
My most recent dream, Becca burned down my childhood home accidentally.
Oh, oops.
She was toasting something.
Yeah.
And she was somehow in my childhood home in Atlanta that she's never been to.
And you wake up screaming at her.
And all of a sudden everything started bursting in flames. And I was kind of awake. She's like, what's happening? I was like, you're burning down my house right now. Hold on. I got to go back and fix this. And went back to sleep and I was back in the dream.
Do you remember saying that?
Yeah. I remember. And I fell back asleep and entered the dream again. Shit was I had to go get some stuff, like important shit out of the house.
Such a powerful mind that you can re-enter your dream.
Re-enter the dream, dead serious.
Like, okay, what's in Inception? What's that movie called?
Yeah,
like the power.
Weird,
the power of your mind.
Yeah.
We read a Forbes article titled "Getting an Internship is More Competitive Than Ever, but the experience has really eroded." And the gist of this article, to prepare us, because we're thought leaders in the space.
Absolute thought leaders.
Was that like it's really difficult to secure internships these days.
Yeah.
49% of Gen Z candidates submit over 50 applications due to heightened competition. Now, I don't know about you, but when I was applying for internships, I submitted maybe 3 applications.
3 max.
Right? I was not whining and dying
There were
apps.
internships everywhere.
Totally.
They were afoot.
They were big tech was dying to have you here.
Yeah, they were clamoring for people, and obviously it goes hand in hand with the current state of the job marketplace. Like companies are letting people go, companies are reducing headcount, and obviously internships being a part of that. Right. So
yeah. So the listings are down 14.7% since last year.
I was going to say it had to be somewhere between 14 and 15. 14.7
right. 14.7 makes sense to you.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, companies are also reporting more competition. You just mentioned this. I'm going to read the stat. ServiceNow says it saw a 50% increase in applications this year for internships, while Citadel said applications were up 65%. And that it accepted less than 1%.
Less than 1%. I mean, what is this, Stanford?
What is
get
this?
An internship?
What is that, like 300 of 69,000 applications?
And they're just hiring fewer interns, right? Like Google and Meta decrease their numbers. They're trying to trim the size of the workforce. So these big, the Googlers with the hats and it's just not a thing anymore. These giant internship programs, they do exist, but they're trimming the number of people because they don't have full-time offers to hire all these people.
Right. And folks who were banking on the tier 1 internships are now settling for internships elsewhere.
Deloitte.
Other industries. Deloitte.
Yeah. When you can't get McKinsey, you settle for Deloitte.
And you take it.
That's what they say.
And you run.
But do internships help you find a job? I think we want to discuss. I think what's the point? How important are internships? I think for me, my internship experience and what I hear in the market with the people I follow and my friends and family is just that you're not treated like a full-time employee. So you don't have the respect, one, the task load.
Yeah.
They don't want to take the time to train you.
Right, because you're going to leave.
Well, you're going to leave and they're going to take time away from their full-time job.
Yeah.
And what value do you really provide? No offense, you have no skills.
Right.
So I don't really know. So a lot of my internships and just internships in general is waiting around.
Yeah. To be assigned something to do.
You're waiting to be given one singular task.
Yeah. I mean, most of what I did in my internships was busy work, boring work. And I've had interns that are tasked to work with me, and it's way more work for me than it was worth.
Totally.
Because I spent more time trying to figure out what I could give them that was valuable and useful. Because in my head, I'm I don't want this to be boring. I want this to be helpful. But at the same time, I can't give them too much because they're leaving. You
posted a video that was welcome to Genovia. And it was me when you get to stay at a hotel. What was the overlay?
When you get to travel, everyone's wow, so cool. You get to travel for work. And then the travel is just LAX.
It's literally a parking lot. And I feel that's kind of internships. It's I get to learn about the corporate world. This is so exciting. And then you're just sitting, waiting at a desk, shitty snacks, nothing to do, no real team camaraderie. If you're in one of these big internship programs, I was at Deloitte, they totally butter you up. There's programs. There's an intern manager.
Yeah.
There's kickball and happy hours and events planned, which by the way is not indicative of what the corporate world is like. They're totally buttering you up.
But they do a good job of making it. You meet a lot of people. The best internships that I ever did were with other interns who were there. I had some internships where I was the only one.
Yeah.
That was tough.
I did an unpaid internship at this startup where I would just train in from my parents' house, sit there for 9 hours and leave and lose money on the train ticket.
Yeah.
And just like, I was like,
but that valuable experience is priceless.
Why am I here? I literally said to the office manager, can I help you like organize some stuff?
Like literally, I'll do anything.
Like, please, I'm two working hands.
Yeah.
Put me to work.
It's a hard balance of being like annoying. Hey, do you have anything for me to do? And they're like, no, not really.
Yeah.
Or they'll just be like, oh God, what do I got to do? Like, it's hard. I do think internships are valuable. I do think like objectively valuable, great for the resume, good just exposure to the corporate world for better or worse.
Yep.
Like you get to see what an office looks like. You get to see how people interact in meetings. You get to see a lot of things and observe a lot of things. You may not get direct hard skills, but it is good for the resume. It is just good for people to say, oh, they've been in a corporate environment. They've been in an X environment. It's also a great place to experiment and try industries that I did ad agencies through high school and then in college. And I realized at the end, I was like, I don't want to be in an ad agency at all.
Yeah.
And that was important. Learn what you don't want to do is also useful.
So I'm witnessing now the MBA 1 to 2 transition of my friends who are at Stanford Business School.
Do they do random internships?
And they're doing the most random, self-exploration. Yeah. Like, I want to go see wine country. I want to work at a startup specializing in climate tech. One of them is working for like an Oura Ring competitor, like wearable tech. And they were
like a banker before or something.
Well, and they have a full-time job waiting for them. So their company's like, as long as you don't work in our industry, do whatever you want.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're just like having an absolute blast, like traveling, doing these things. And so that's when internships is a luxury and fun and explore.
Internships, especially like, let's just say the unpaid ones, like it is the unpaid one very much favors folks who have the ability to work unpaid.
Totally.
Like it is a massive, it's inequality in a lot of ways. Like if you can afford to do it, you're in a good spot, and a lot of people can't.
Yeah.
So like that sucks.
And I think in comparison to this like fun MBA 1 and 2 internship your summer of junior year, I don't know if you remember this, like summer going into senior year in college for me was like so stressful. Like
TVs were so black and white when I was doing
that. I mean, you were Looney Tunes. If I was like, I was like, if I don't get a full offer at Deloitte, like, what am I going to do? Yeah. My whole life is depending on this.
OnlyFans hadn't even come out yet, so you were like
I was out of options. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
That's tough.
A lot of pressure on the internship these days, especially with acceptance rates like this. I mean, I just can't imagine.
Yeah, it's just like the job market itself. It's tough, but
as 2 content creators, we will give you the tip of if you are struggling to find jobs, like utilizing LinkedIn as a way to post. Do some industry research, build up that portfolio, try posting a video, dabble in content creation.
Reach out directly to intern managers if you can find them. If there are internship programs, like reach out directly to those people. Don't just apply on the site.
Yeah, great tip.
I guess the real question everyone's asking is, how do you keep interns busy? Should you have the luxury of having one yourself?
Right. Here's how to keep your intern busy. Tell them to record a TikTok dance with the engineering team.
Engineering teams love that.
They
absolutely love that.
What engineering teams are is personality first and TikTokers.
Yeah.
So they're in.
Yeah, they're in.
Right.
They're so in. Okay. Have your intern deliver coffee to your remote employees. That'll keep them busy for a while. We're all over the country.
All over.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got an offshore team in India.
Get it done.
Yep. Task them with finding an object that doesn't exist. For example, fetch me a T-tap.
Of course, the T-tap.
What's a T-tap?
It's like just real enough that you're scared to ask what that is.
Totally.
Because you're
chat GPTing T-tap.
Yeah, what is T-tap?
Totally.
Hand them their training guide on a VHS and see what they do. Film their reaction.
I love filming people without their consent.
Yeah.
Assign them janitorial tasks. Someone needs to clean up around here.
Please.
That was literally me at my internship when I was a startup. Yeah, literally. Like, I'll do anything.
You're like, whoa, slippery here. You see the yellow sign?
Hang on.
I put this yellow sign here.
I'm double gloved up on a Tuesday. Yeah.
Ask them to transcribe your handwritten notes for you.
It's like the dream journal.
I'm always transcribing stuff, so it's like,
well, you have dysgraphia.
I have dysgraphia.
You're not going to be writing anything.
They couldn't transcribe it if they wanted to.
No.
It's just mostly pictures.
Tell them to write a list of 100 fun facts for you to utilize in your future meetings.
Beautiful.
Make sure they're unique.
Yeah. I'm going to need good ones.
Interesting, special,
not too salacious, just memorable enough, but not boring.
Totally.
Find that balance. Have them call back every person who's ever cold called you and let them know that you've since passed.
Oh, that made me laugh.
It's like, hey, you reached out to Ross about the extended warranty on his car. He's no longer with us.
Totally. But a true salesman will keep calling just
Yeah.
in case because they got to hear from Ross
Right.
himself.
What about his wife?
Yeah.
Is his wife still?
Is there a person we could call in lieu of Ross?
Yeah. So who's now making these decisions on his end?
Totally. Like an eldest son. What do we have?
Yeah. Next of kin, who we got?
Have them unsubscribe from every marketing email you've ever gotten in both your personal and work emails.
Yeah.
Right? Clean up the crap.
Yeah. I do
Declutter.
that and it still doesn't work. So
Like
maybe the intern can
unsubscribing.
figure it out.
Totally.
I do unsubscribe. I unsubscribe sometimes. All right. Look, I confess. Have them assume your identity and then get yourself scuba certified via your intern.
Totally.
I've been meaning to get scuba certified again for the saltwater dives that we discussed
That's
last
my
time.
number one thing that I need help with. Like
Right.
the things that actually require me to be there.
Hey, yeah. Could you just like,
Could you book me a doctor's appointment? I have a sty. Oh, you need my health insurance. Oh, you
Yeah.
need me to like provide my date of birth. Like,
Right.
I guess if you
I've
had
got
a
a
really
physical
good
coming up.
assistant,
Could you just go do that for me?
they can stick their finger up your tush, right?
Yes, please.
Ask them to kick people out of conference rooms that you don't actually have reserved.
Have them ask Sharon if her husband's coming to the holiday party and neglect to tell them that Sharon just got divorced.
Sorry, Cher.
That's a funny prank.
That's a good prank.
Sorry, I'm a prankster. Sharon's bawling into her
Poor
hand.
Sharon. Just
Cher bear.
reopen the wound.
Yes.
Ask them to try out their best vape trick in the middle of the office.
100% chance they have a good vape trick.
People love it.
I love vape tricks.
Promo demo.
Promo, demo. Let's shift to promo, demo, promoted, demoted.
What this show is all about.
What it's all about. Do we like it? Do we not like it? Yay, nay. Here we go. All right. Promoted, demoted. Asking an intern for a complex coffee order.
Promoted. My
Promoted.
coffee orders are nothing short of complex
They're
every
egregious.
time. I'll ask you. I'll ask Annie. I'll ask
You'll have
my
to text
mom.
it to us.
I'll have to text it to you in writing so that you can, plug in all the substitutions.
I've never made an order that takes more than 30 seconds for one item.
Yeah, you're like black coffee, nothing in it.
Please. Done.
Promoted or demoted, staying overnight in the office.
Demoted. If you absolutely must, fine. You work so hard. That's so cool. You stink, but fine.
You stink, dude.
You stink. Gross.
I know a couple of people who
You smell so bad I can taste you.
who did that. Ew. I know people who have done that. Like
I do too.
friends, and it's just like, really? Oh my
Yeah.
gosh,
I'm so sorry.
that's crazy.
yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna demote it for
I'm gonna
mental
demote
health
it.
reasons.
Yeah. You shouldn't have to do that.
and physical health and hygiene reasons.
Right.
Right.
Promoted, demoted. Giving the intern free reign on company social media accounts.
I'm gonna have to demote it. Feel like that has to go through a couple rings, couple approvals. The worst thing that could happen is your company gets canceled.
Yeah.
So
That can happen.
Yeah.
There are some really good, like the Wendy's social media account is absolutely electric.
I mean, Duolingo. The only way
clap
social accounts
people.
grow is because they let let younger interns and like new hires run
Yeah.
the accounts.
There is a nuanced approach that is required, like to walk the line of edgy but not offensive.
So Duolingo, I went there for a content day. If you haven't seen their TikTok, please check it out.
It's kind of big.
Zaria Parvez is the woman who runs
Par.
it. And she's incredible. They hired her when she was 23, 22, fresh out of college. And she's absolutely transformed the account. So much so, transformed the company that legal sits right next to the social team.
Of course they do.
And they have a
hey,
floor.
can I post this?
They have a floor for the social team. And then literally, hey, can I post this? Immediate legal approval,
Yeah.
like within the moment. So they are the first to hop on every trend.
It holds back so many companies.
It's,
Just the red tape
and
of
being
getting
in
something posted.
person and just like, you're looking at them, you're like, approve this. This has, you have to make a Google file.
That's our future content studio we're
a
going to build.
drive, totally. Yeah. So
We're going to rent office space here in San Francisco. If anyone out there selling office space for free, let us know.
totally. Giving the intern free reign on company social media accounts. I mean, I might have to promote it
Yeah.
because it helps you stay on trend.
If you're a small enough company, promote it. If you're a bit too big, don't do it.
Don't do
Demote
it. You'll get in trouble. Promoted or demoted, spreading rumors.
I'm going to demote it.
I'm going to promote it. I literally love spreading rumors.
I don't
love
want to
gossiping.
spread them, but I want to hear them.
I love sitting at a table with my girls yapping about things that aren't true.
Yapping on some nonsense.
I saw a meme that my friend actually sent me that was like, I love lying. It makes things so much better. My friends call me the embellisher because I've never told a story that was fully grounded in truth.
Yeah, that's comedy.
That's comedy.
Sprinkle a little embellishment.
Do you want to laugh at the story or do you want to hear the real story?
Yeah, exactly.
I think laughing.
Yeah, are you
will
wanting me to
bring
entertain
us all
right now,
together.
or do you want like cold hard facts?
Me removes my mask that I wear every night as the entertainer of the group. Okay.
You hang it up. You got tears right
I'm like, okay, I guess you guys don't want to freaking laugh.
Okay, that was a quick, short, promoted, demoted.
We're going to get into Dear Demoted
We're going to do one dear demoted.
and we're going to get you on out of here. Dear Demoted, Hi, obsessed with this podcast, listen to you every day while working for my internship at this small public accounting firm this summer. More about me, I'm an accounting major about to start my senior year of college. I live in Orange County, California. I have an internship with a well-known firm Natalie may have started her career in for the summer after I graduate, 2025. I also have a private accounting job I work on and off for throughout the school year for a small commercial real estate firm in Newport Beach.
A lot of context.
After the summer working in public, it was a little boring, and I know I want to work as a private accountant or a personal finance person in the future. But everyone says I need to just buckle down at the Big Four firm for a few years to gain credibility. Do you think this is true? Do I need to sell my life to you-know-who for 2 to 3 years before I can start my goal of working for myself and for brands/clients that I love in private work? Also, if Demoted/Corp/corporate Natalie ever need an intern, accounting, or other talents, I'll be there in a heartbeat. Love you guys.
Here's the thing. We've been talking about accounting for a long time.
It's a big topic we talk about a lot.
It's a big topic.
We had a shared accountant.
We still have technically the same one for Demoted.
It's a tough life. It's like no one wants to fork over taxes. It's very, heated. I kind of want
necessary though.
I want the Ben Affleck character in The Accountant, the movie, where he's like, do you use your kitchen as a jewelry shop for your business? And winking. It's like, yes, I do.
Well, Natalie's like bohemian
style band jewelry. Yeah, that's what I need.
Right out the kitchen.
Okay, so should you sell your soul to a Big Four consulting firm? As someone who did work at Deloitte, which I'm thinking this is about, Big D, I think it has helped me have a little credibility in the space. I think coming from Deloitte, when I then pivoted into working for a tech firm, I got the job quite easily. They thought you have all the skills, they've trained you up, you've worked at a large company, so moving from bigger to smaller is always easier.
Yep.
Moving from smaller to bigger, it's like when you let your kids roam free your whole life and then you try to like instill rules on them when they're teenagers. They're like,
they're wolves.
They're like, no, mom, I'm going to keep smoking weed in my room. You don't have any rules.
Okay, honey, no problem.
Okay, totally. You need to have rules and like learn how to operate in that environment so you can apply that to these like smaller, more nimble private clients, as you're saying.
Yeah, and I would say as an uneducated shopper of accountants who has gone through this exercise like a couple times now, I do look and see if there is a Big Four on their resume. Like, because I don't know much about anything else accounting wise, but I'm like, oh, okay, so they have a baseline. Like,
you've learned from the big dogs.
I trust this person because of that. Like, is it required? No. Is it necessary? Also no. But like, as someone who shopped for accountants and may or may not want to hire you one day, because one of the banes of my existence is dealing with accountants and finding a good one. You need 2 things if you're running a business in your life: a good lawyer and a good accountant.
Totally.
And so maybe I'll come find you.
Definitely.
After your stint.
And I think people look for gray hair on your head and they look for experience and they look for like an older. So if you started fresh out of college as like, I work for private clients, that's going to be tough. Especially if you don't have your CPA and you're just graduating from your undergraduate degree. So I do think you should get that. Also, Deloitte will pay for your CPA and you'll get a promotion.
There you go.
Stay there for a couple of years.
Boom and boom.
So
opens up all the doors.
Then you can do what you want. I would say
go to Deloitte. Thank you, Big Four or no. Appreciate the question.
As always.
All right. So as we wind down this episode, we want to read a little review. It's something we like to do. It helps us build our own self-worth because it's always dwindling. And this one is from Biz Biomed Girly. And she writes, Ross and Natalie, I absolutely love this pod. It's what I listen to on my commute to my internship. I'm studying engineering, but so much of your content like Resi Review, interviewing tips, and giving constructive criticism are so widely applicable. But on the other hand, hearing the wildest stories on the pod makes me chuckle out loud in my otherwise silent office. Hand over mouth face, laughy laugh. Demoted Tuesday is my favorite day as an OG motorhead. Parentheses, literally ask my mom or anyone I spend a good amount of time with. I don't shut up about the pod. Please keep putting out amazing content. Love you guys so much. D-gang for life, smiley face. Biz Biomed Girly, we love you. Thank you. This is why we do what we do. Thank you for being a motorhead. Yep. Really quick, this is an aside, but something that I want to call out because we're going to start doing shout outs. Yes. This is important. So if you want us to shout you out, someone else out, write into contact@demotedpodcast.com. You can also DM us if that's easier and you're lazy. Totally fine as well. But one sentence, you get one sentence. I want to shout out Natalie for getting that awesome promotion at work last week. That's like a perfect example. That's exactly what we want to hear. And these are not anon, right? Like we actually are going to shout you out. We'll give a first and last name if you want me to. Yeah. We're not going to do like, if you give a screen name, fake name, we're not going to do it.
Yeah, it's got to be a real person.
Yeah, yeah.
Happy birthday to Brenda,
Yeah,
the office manager.
Brenda from North Lake.
We love you, Brenda from North Lake.
Yeah.
So we just want to feel like we're a little radio talk show hosts.
Yeah,
we're
we want to
people out.
shout you out, Motorhead.
It's like we're the berries instructors that are like,
yes.
And does Natalie on Tread 14, is she celebrating a birthday?
Yeah. They already know.
They already know.
They've downloaded your whole resume. We're not going to do that. We're not going to go that far. The other thing we want to do is start shouting out teams. Now, the requirement for us to shout out your team, and big shout out to ADP's Southeastern Regional Team. You got to send us a picture of you and your team, the Motorheads on that team. You send us a picture. We'll put it here in the video pod. We'll call them out by name, not each individual person, but we'll talk about the team and the company real quick and say how great you guys are. So if that's something you want to do or something you're interested in, send it to us, contact@demotedpodcast.com, or send it to us as a DM.
Like, comment, subscribe, comment interesting posts.
Yep. Flirt with that like button. Ask it out on a date.
Maybe sleep with it once and then
take it home.
Call an Uber home.
Ghost that like button.
Right.
And then when you get super desperate, call it back up. Call it back up on a late, like Thursday, send it to you up text.
Totally.
Hit that subscribe button, of course. Leave a review. And as always, we'll see you next time on
Demoted.